Nexa3D. I'm Sarah Gerke, and I'm here with Avi the man, the myth, the legend. Good morning, Avi.
Good morning, Sarah, and everybody. Welcome to our house.
We are live from Nexa3D HQ in beautiful Ventura, California, and we want to show you a little bit of where the magic happens. So, Avi, will you show us around?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So it's really great to have everybody here because we built the entirety of the company starting in these spaces, which, by the way, just 5 years ago, we had nothing here except our ideas. And in the early days, Sarah, as you know, because you heard the story a few times, in the early days, it was kind of a band of brothers, maybe 4 or 5 teammates, and our dog, Cooper. And so it's hard to believe that as we stand here today and we're inviting you into our home, into our house, we're about 125 Nexers strong. So it's amazing.
It is amazing. There's been a ton of growth. I'm one of those people who's lucky enough to have joined pretty recently. I mean, October, I guess, wasn't that long ago by now.
But time flies when you're having fun, right? And it's like,
and we have fun.
Yeah. So Sarah and everybody, we're standing in our new showroom, which really depicts and exemplifies, if you will, the Nexa brand value and the Nexa superpowers, namely our speed, our productivity, and our total cost of ownership advantage, which is what from the get-go we set to do. We said to ourselves, the world doesn't need another 3D printer. The world needs a productivity tool. Productivity is all about speed, throughput, uptime, and economical benefits. And so our showroom really depicts from all the beautiful parts that we can make for many different applications and industries at scale, from all these beautiful parts to the power tools that we can print them on, right? Namely our 3D printers. And so in this room we have our complete dental solution. We have our complete industrial solution, which now comprises of 2 industrial 3D printers, the NXE200 and the NXE400. And from the get-go, we also wanted to put in the hands of our partners and customers a complete solution, including the pre-processing that we do on the software, the actual printing at up to 20x productivity, and of course, the post-processing, which used to be kind of the dirty old secret that nobody wants to talk about. We kind of shine the spotlight on it because we think that it adds to productivity, it adds to part consistency, and it makes the part easy to finish fast.
And it is super cool. If you haven't had the chance to look inside yet, I mean, obviously we're looking inside the whole company, but also productivity isn't just print speed. It's being able to finish parts and make it happen. So these are industrial solutions for washing, for curing, and for making. And there are lots of ways to go about that. And I'm also being a terrible host and also smacking my mic. I forgot to welcome Louis Sims, who's joining us from the laptop in the company. So let's get Louis in the background.
Hi, Louis.
Hi, Louis.
Say hi. I don't think he's paying attention. He's saying hi. Okay.
Hopefully he's saying hi. So we do have Louis Sims here with us as well, who's another remarkable member of our team. And I love roping our teammates into these live streams, and they love me for it. Right, Avi?
You're right. Everybody loves Sarah. So let's talk a little about Zip, because this is a really big week for Zip. Last night we had an all hands and we celebrated the commercial launch of Zip. Zip to us is, hi Bailey. We're dog friendly. So Bailey is one of our mascots here. Cooper is another, and we have a whole family of dogs. But I'm detracting. We for quite some time now realized that it would be amazing if we can bring the entire Nexa superpower of high throughput and high speed to engineers and small businesses, desktops, to dental clinics. And the big idea for us is, can we put these power tools, can we bring desktop manufacturing power tools to the engineer, the designer, the maker, the small business person, the dental clinician? Can we bring it to the desktop? Can we bring it to the desktop with the same materials so that everybody will have a benefit to get going with our printing solutions early in their product design and manufacturing life cycle, and with seamless scale up to high throughput manufacturing down the road. So Zip is here. It's, I think, a new generation of desktop manufacturing solutions, additively manufactured solution. And in keeping with the whole philosophy of Nexa3D, it comes with the entire workflow solution, an all-in-one washing and curing station, and even an air purifier to make sure that it creates the safest office environment for handling, use, and productivity.
And a handy dandy toolkit. And you can do some pretty neat things. If you joined us at Rapid, you might have seen this beautiful creation. Meet our ultra-fast 3D printing superhero, the Nexa3D, designed by the one, the only, Rob Wiggins. And you can also hear more from Rob soon with our head of desktop, Mike Curry, on a fabulous webinar coming up this Thursday. So join then, the link's easy to find.
So Sarah, if I hold your handy camera here, would you model the Nexa3D again?
Rob let me put it on at Rapid, and it's pretty magical. So I'm kind of excited to have another opportunity.
Yeah, we kind of discovered that you are the Nexa3D.
I am our superhero, a very echoey superhero in here.
Yeah, maybe I can get a little selfie with you here. There we go.
We'll screenshot that one later.
Meet the Nexa3D. Cool.
Nothing makes me feel fancier. Oh, jeepers.
Caught in the act of being yourself. There we go.
It's tough to have a secret identity. Now I understand all of the costume changes, and that's why Superman needs a phone booth.
Disguises, yeah.
You need the privacy.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand you this back because I suck at holding these cameras. Let's so in this, so we now have a whole Nexa campus. We're gonna walk around and see some of the other parts of our ever-expanding campus. And we're not done yet because we just completed a lease on yet another facility, which our incredible CFO, Sven Jensen, negotiated right on campus. So we'll be expanding again. I think, Sarah, we're getting the keys October 1st. So it'll be.
And Sven is amazing, and you might recognize him as Bailey the dog's papa. So Bailey, you heard a little earlier, and hopefully we'll see that good girl again.
Yeah.
But on our way out, let's take a look at some of these parts. And we welcome anyone who comes to Ventura the opportunity to come see the showroom in person. Check it out. Check out our whole facility. Visit us. We're friendly people.
Should we just surprise Louis here?
Here's Louis with some coffee, some computing, and a double view on this live stream right now.
Louis is the puppeteer. He's pulling the strings behind the scenes. That's what he's doing.
Avi, what does that make us?
The puppets, of course.
Guys, while you're on your tour, we had a question come in asking about material options.
Okay.
For our LSPC technology.
Super. So do you want to answer that?
Oh, I'll let the master do that.
Okay, so we, in all of our systems, practice collaboration and an open platform, which means we will qualify any photoplastics in the 4 or 5 nanometer range. We're working with Henkel, we're working with BASF, we're working with other partners and suppliers like Keystone, specifically for dental. And we have a full range of materials for prototyping, for end-use manufacturing of various industrial products, for dental for sure, and a few medical materials. And due to the nature of our open platform, we're constantly qualifying more and more materials. One, to add more higher temperature, higher functionality materials. Two, to expand our dental portfolio. And three, by the way, to further democratize access to our systems by bringing in more cost-effective resins. So stay tuned on that, because over the next few months, there'll be a steady stream of additional materials that will be onboarded to the Nexa portfolio. And that includes, by the way, today, both the ZIP and the NXC, NXD series.
And Avi, while we're on the topic, do you have a material recommendation for mold inserts?
Yes, I do. And there I think that our XCE material would be a super material for that. As you know already, Pepsi is using it for some of their blow molding application. And if you want to talk about mold cores and you want to talk about injection molding, we now have a very nice collaboration with Adifab as well, which allows you to basically build a core or an injection molding tool that will be sacrificial and dissolvable, which means for the first time, you can get the best of both, right? Yes. Free form of additively designed shapes and the strength in supply chain approved materials of injection molding. So,
Absolutely.
Avi, are you saying we can get 3D printing geometric complexities with injection molding quality?
that's exactly what I'm saying, Sarah.
Amazing.
I think so. I mean, I have to say that of all the things that I thought that we could achieve with 3D printing, I always believed that the eureka will be at the interface points between CNC machining and additive or injection molding and additive, because ultimately I think that if you look at what's the meaning, what's the essence of Industry 4.0, a big part of it, I think, is not displacing one another, but recognizing that in the convergence and hybridization of these technologies, we can really unlock the X potential of digitizing manufacturing. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
It sounds like additive manufacturing is getting pretty real. That's pretty neat. So let's continue our tour.
Yeah.
This is just our showroom and some of the coffee bar, which, by the way, there's some really good coffee to make. Bye, Louis. He'll be with us.
And by the way, Sarah, as you know, we designed and built all of this. You know, we didn't find it in some catalog. I mean, after all, we are in the world of design and manufacturing. So when you look at our space, when you look at our human stations, when you look at our machine stations later on, when you look at our workstations and workspaces, everything that's here we designed and fabricated ourselves, including the beautiful bar and the beautiful overhead light fixtures. It's it's in our DNA, right? I mean, we're designers, we're creators, we're makers, and we build the design tools and manufacturing tools.
And some cool stuff to see along the way.
Yeah, this is a blast from the past. I mean,
But this is why it's fun to come into the office, just see what there is to see. Sometimes it's instruments.
yeah, this is really a blast from the past.
Most of the time it's the people too. Hi, people. They're in there, they're working. Maybe we shouldn't bother them. Let's go outside. The fun thing about Nexa is, oh, and I told Sven that we'd be sure to feature him. So this is the wonderful Sven Jensen.
But where's Bailey? Let's feature Bailey.
Yeah,
hey, girl.
much
Hey, girl.
more photogenic of the two.
Yeah. Hi, girl. Yeah.
The famous cup.
Yes.
Aw, is that your debut? Good
I
job.
think so.
Cooper is going to be very jealous. Yeah.
We'll get Cooper next time.
Okay.
Okay, so
Let's
now
go. I think that we should go to our
it's nice out.
manufacturing facility next. What do you think?
I think let's do it.
Let's do it.
We've seen what the magic can make, so let's see where the magic itself is made.
One of the, if you will, foundational building blocks of Nexa3D is that from the get-go we said we want to be able to assemble our printers and our products right here, because we felt that it would give us greater agility, but also a really strong handle on quality over meaningful periods, and it will put together a nice culture between design, engineering, and manufacturing. And because we wanted to be able to do it quickly and not have impossible supply chain reliance on vendors or contract manufacturers that may make our job a little bit more challenging. So
when is supply chain ever challenging, Avi? You're being silly.
Yeah, it was just a figment of our imagination, and then it became true. So we're gonna enter into our manufacturing space, but before we do that, I want to show you one of our secret, if you will, ingredients here, which is the Nexa truck. And the reason that we have this truck here, which is nicely branded, is because we have a half a dozen or so suppliers right here in the immediate area. And having this capability allows us to, on a daily basis, make pickups and deliveries to our suppliers, because we have just an amazing ecosystem here that truly gives us a significant advantage in how quickly we can launch products and how resiliently we can continue to enhance and add other products. So it's really, I think, one of our superpowers that we have such an amazing ecosystem here that enables us to work in that way.
Definitely.
Hi, Denise.
There's Denise, doing some good work. You're famous.
You're famous now.
We've got our excellent manufacturing, shipping, receiving. Everyone's busy. It's a little loud, and that's why we're wearing some mics.
Well, it's that time. It's that time in the quarter that we have to be busy. But as you say, this is just an everyday shipping and receiving, and it looks like even our Kimoto Nexa car is being shipped someplace as we speak. But
they never let me drive it.
Maybe next time.
You heard it.
And now we're entering into our manufacturing hall, where we manufacture in a very agile way all of our printers and our XQ units, post-processing units, and as you'll see now, also the up-and-coming QLS systems, the much larger powder-based system, which we're bringing to the market over the next few months. So let's go, Sarah.
Let's go. Someone in the comments said I'm funny. Thanks. Funny looking.
So what you see here is you know, for us who are machine builders, a typical but very flexible layout. We start with building all of our sub-assemblies here to my right, which Sarah is not showing you, but now she is right there. And then we have flexible lines in which we, on a daily basis, can build a variety of printers. Those could be either NXC or NXD printers. They can be XQ units, or now you can see that we're really gearing up for zip manufacturing. So everything that you see on both sides here is just the kitting for the day to be able to complete several dozen zips. It takes us about an hour to build a zip, and probably down the road, maybe even less. So,
and if you want to see how it's put together, check out the 3D Printing Nerds video. We brought him here. He built a zip on that bench right behind Avi.
yeah.
So you can
it was actually pretty good. I think he did his in like a half an hour. Maybe we should hire him.
We had to rebuild it. Sorry, Joel.
Yeah. So
did a great job.
yeah, so the shiny puppies come off the line like this, and then they go into packaging. I'm not going to tell you more about the zip. We have plenty of webinars and info on our website.
Webinar this Thursday. Catch us then.
And here you can see how easy it is to take a finished NXC or NXD and just roll them up on this beautiful little ramp here, and it goes into this very nice wooden crate, and it's good to go.
And there's some more good to go.
Yeah, and more good to go right there. Yeah, more good to go. Even though we just moved into this space less than 9 months ago, space continues to be kind of a challenge for growth. So in our DNA, every now and then we have to make space that we don't have. We needed space for a new automated filling area for zip cartridges. So we created a little mezzanine, and now our manufacturing and planning team is up there. This didn't exist a couple of months ago, but we figured out how to do more with more by squeezing out some more spaces.
You also got a sneak preview behind Avi. We're not going to spend too much time on it right now because the insides are still, in progress, but you might have caught a glimpse just now of the upcoming QLS 820. That's right. We're going powder bed. It's going to be big. It is big. It's going to be fast. It's fast. Hyper productive, and we're talking lights out automation with additive manufacturing. You're going to be hearing a lot more about the QLS 820 coming up soon. And keep in mind, 820, that's 8 liters an hour of material and 20% packing density. And I just saw a comment calling me the Gurkiator.
You are the Gurky. I like that. That could be your new handle.
Gurkiator.
Gurkiator. That could be your new handle. So yeah, we're not just talking about it. I mean, this is the place where we're actually making it happen, and I'm really, really excited about the progress, but most importantly about the inventiveness and entrepreneurship of our entire team. They have come up with so many interesting and extremely brilliant ways to scale up our manufacturing, and it's just amazing. And as I mentioned, because we're seriously out of space here, we just took a lease on the building next door. We're adding another chunk of 10,000 square feet to the campus, and pretty soon it's going to become wall-to-wall Nexa country here. Yeah.
Which we need.
Yeah.
I first visited this facility in 2019, I think.
Yeah, none of this was here at the time. Yeah.
I was on the media side then, and it's come along ridiculously far. And the last time I was on site with my own team was in March. That mezzanine wasn't there. This is actually the first time I've seen it. There's a spiral staircase back there. It's really cool.
That's part of the fitness plan.
I need to work there.
Yeah, so
now we should probably let all of these good people
do their work.
Yeah,
for sure.
But we'll check it out, and if you've been on our zip waiting list, your wait's not going to be a lot longer. Is one of these canisters yours? Is that going in your new zip? Could it? I think it could.
Would you like it?
Order now.
So yeah, we're shipping commercially starting tomorrow, and it's amazing. I mean, I'm just really excited and proud. I'm very proud of what our team has been able to accomplish, and the fact that with Zip, Sarah, I think we're like creating a new desktop manufacturing category. I'm really stoked about this.
It's amazing. We're going to show you a little bit more with the Zip coming up soon as well. And as soon as we get out of the kitchen, gotta eat and stay hydrated.
So I think maybe we should get everybody oriented here about the Nexa3D campus, right? Because we've been to our left here. That was the manufacturing. We came from the beginning of this particular building all the way to the end. That was where we started with the demo room and the rest of kind of the headquarter facility. And now we're gonna go across the street to where all the magic happens in terms of both engineering with all of its disciplines and all of the innovations that we do, and to our NextFactory, which is, where all the parts magic and the scale up happens.
Definitely, and it looks like we've got a couple more questions coming in that Lewis is texting me because I'm sorry, Lewis, I can't hear you. What files are used for zip and NXC? We should talk about some of the software.
Yeah, sure. So on both the Nexa3D and zip, we're using our Nexa software platform, which allows you to do all of the file and print preparation, including support, orientation, and print optimization, print parameters, and so on. And it can accept, obviously, any STL file, but also any other, it's kind of CAD agnostic, so it can accept any CAD file and be easily adaptable or integrated with any existing workflow that you have. We also work very well with Materialize and are integrated with their software. So if you prefer to stay in a Materialize environment, we can support that. And in essence, we're completely agnostic, just like with the materials, and accept all these file formats.
And we've got another question that Lewis is texting in. When will people see the QLS 820? Won't be long.
Do you want to tell?
Should we?
Yeah, why not? I mean, why not? They might want to stop by and see it, so why wouldn't we?
I guess we should.
Yeah.
It's going to be hitting the market this year. Stay tuned in Q3 for a lot more about QLS, even more to come in Q4, and way more to come in 2023. But on the market this year, a little later this year, but I mean, come on, that's three new Nexa3D systems on the market in 2022. NXE 200 was new in April, Zip shipping
in June,
and QLS 820. Last year we had two systems on the market, and those are still out there, of course. We love the NXE 400, we love the NXD 200 for dental, but now at the end of this year, we go from 2 to 5.
Right, what do they say, go big or go home? We're definitely going big with QLS 820. And if you want to see and participate in the formal launch, come see us at IMTS in Chicago.
And we'll have some more to show with that too. Stay tuned for another live stream in just a couple of hours where I'll be showing a little bit more that we're going to sneak peek on this tour, but we're going to do a deep dive.
Ooh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay, well, sorry I pre-sneaked the pick, I guess. What can I say?
We're doing a lot of sneak peeks. There's a lot of sneaks, a lot of peeks, and we're touring. But here we are in Ventura. I can see some of our other team out there filming some good stuff that's going to be... Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
You'll see them on YouTube in a little bit. And if you've got material questions, like how productive they are, how...
Good morning. Thanks.
Morning.
Thanks. So you're the designated doorman today?
I think I do an okay job.
This is like going to a fancy hotel or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you.
Got concierge service.
Yeah. So what do you want to do, Sarah? Do you want to go up to engineering first, or should we go to R&D and the NextFactory first?
Let's do engineering first.
All right, let's do it.
We'll go up. So again, this is Nexa3D cardio. So we've got some stairs.
Yeah, we're big on self-help and fitness in the office, which means lots of stairs, circular and otherwise, and lots of connectivity by walking around. Certainly keeps me young. What can I say?
So I like to come visit. I don't get as many steps in my own office. But here is the staircase we just went up to come up here.
And the next signature, another coffee bar, the same look and feel. It's kind of, I guess you could say, at this point in time, part of our branding.
It's consistent, and hey, it's caffeinated. We love that.
And expansion never ends, right?
And that one is extra cool. That is a lactation room for our parents who need a private space to take care of needs for their babies.
Yeah.
So we love to see that, especially I'm a mama myself. And if my boyo had been a little bit younger when I started, I would have been in there. So
Well,
it's an important space to have, and it's going to be nice and cozy for our parents who need that.
for sure. And there must be something about Nexa because we're attracting a lot of young parents with young boys and girlios.
There are lots of little bitty Nexers, and they're pretty cute. Some of them are brand new. Some of them are a little bit bigger. Some of them are dogs. So
yeah, parenting is parenting, right? But it's really exciting to see how the Nexer family is growing and expanding and gets more and more diverse and really reflects our community and society in a way that I think makes us much stronger.
Okay, we've got another question in about determining the feasibility of printing parts.
Oh, hang on to that one until we get down to the NextFactory, and then we can talk about how we do that.
That'll be some good stuff to see.
Seeing is better than explaining. Yeah. Yeah. So
we'll do that, walk behind the coffee.
Yeah, so up here, this is really, this was the original space of Nexa. We started up here in 2017 and had a very small team. We now have a significant engineering team here that is organized by functions, but works all together collaboratively up here in this space and also downstairs in a few other spaces. But maybe, Sarah, we can take a look here. We start with our interface technology team, which is right here. This is all about LSPC and ultra fast print speed, right? It's all about the interface layer, and it's all about minimization of all these peel-off forces, and this is where all the magic happens in terms of really enabling us to print at ultra fast speeds. Here to the right, we have our process team, and some of the I guess part one of the question of how do we determine print feasibility by material has to do a lot with the rigor of creating print parameters and profiling materials in a way that allows us to maximize first-time print success and also maximize yield and productivity by material, by geometry. And this is largely what our process team is tasked with doing on a full-time basis. Here to the right, we have our...
Hi, Ed.
Here to the right, we have our ME team here. This is an amazing team that has brought all of the printers to market in what I might add record time, because our development, testing, kind of the proving, nailing, and scaling happens, in months, not in years. So we have an amazing team here that does that. Behind, we have some labs that we're not going to show you today.
We need some secrets.
We got to keep some of the secret sauce secretive. But in any event, as you can see, most of our MEs are not at their desks right now. They're probably in the labs. Same with our EE team, which sits right here. We're completely self-sufficient in our ability to do all of the hard tech and soft tech and control boards and process, and of course all of the software here in-house, including a dedicated team that develops our own proprietary light engines and our own proprietary interface layer, what we call the everlast membrane. All of those resources are right here in-house, and it kind of mirrors the same philosophy of building Nexa from the ground up, which was, we want to own our technology, we want to own our manufacturing, we want to be able to stand behind what we do, because all of us are actually conceiving it, building it, and enhancing it.
What? You mean it's a 3D printing company that makes its own tech and isn't another me too, I also make this thing? Wow.
That was the idea from the get-go. I told all of my founding colleagues that the world didn't need another 3D printer or another 3D printing technology. The world needed a step function change in how do you...
If I frame this just right, it looks like a hat.
It does.
I get a helmet, Avi gets a hat.
A con. So yeah, this is our awesome software team. Everything that happens in Nexa X comes out of the creativity, blood, sweat, and tears, and the brilliant minds of these guys right here. And all of our process work, you can maybe take a quick glimpse in here.
Love the smell of resin in the morning.
Yeah, apocalypse now, right? Yeah. So this is where we do a lot of our material and process qualifications. You can see that we're hard at work at qualifying more materials for zips, also right there. And behind here, we're doing, that's it, okay. We're doing some qualifications of materials for the NXC and NXD. So it's a very busy lab in which a lot of magic is happening.
And safety features.
Yeah, I'll be a good boy and try to close the door, but maybe not. There we go.
Safety first, Avi, and ventilation. And eye
Absolutely.
washing. So here we go. Should we head downstairs?
Let's head down. I mean, yeah, maybe we want to stop and say hi to Tanya.
Where is she? And if you joined us yesterday, you might have seen Tanya, our brilliant head of HR, as well as Mike Ariano from Inside Sales.
Yeah. This is another part of how do we determine print feasibility, right? I mean, you can see that in some instances we start up here and we look at some fundamental issues like what's the geometry, what's the material, how does it need to be oriented, what's the best way to support it, are there other issues that should be taken into consideration. So it starts up here, and then we'll take it downstairs where there's a bigger team of application engineers and the NextFactory mavericks and gurus that are making all of that happen. Here we have our...
we've also got a question. Have the engineers had to move workspaces since your founding?
I would say that the only constant in their workspaces is change. And in a way, it's really good because everybody kind of believes that their space is where they are and they take their workspace with them. None of us have really fixed offices. I don't either. I share a little chair in a corner of a desk in our conference room. So we've been fairly agile. I guess the N in Nexa3D could be for nomadic. I don't know. The nomads. But so we're pretty flexible. We've rearranged our workspaces quite a few times.
Yeah. Which you have to do with this much growth too. So there has been a lot of growth. So there's more space, more places to put people.
Oh, look what I found.
What did you find, Avi?
It looks like powder bed. Looks like QLS.
Oh, I think it does.
Yeah. No. So in this area we have our QLS team as well as downstairs and in their dedicated facilities. So there's some magic happening here as well, but I think most of our QLS team is probably downstairs in their big lab.
Probably. And this is one of the fun QLS parts you might have seen at AMOG or Rapid if you joined us. They're really fun. I have one on my desk, but it's a printed in one piece little fidget toy that is nicely branded and says, I heart AM. That's just a nice, quick little powder bed piece. And you can see,
there's Tanya.
There's Tanya. That one.
And a lot of people, Sarah, when they come here, ask me, "Hey, Avi, are you a surfer?" Because they
Why
see
would they
all
ask
these.
that?
Well, it's a strange question. I wouldn't know either. Hi, Anastasia. I wouldn't know either why they ask it, but maybe it's because we have all these surfboards on the wall.
Maybe.
But in full disclosure, I'm not a surfer, and in even fuller disclosure, when I list these buildings it came with, and I loved it so much I thought we may as well keep it here because we're like less than a mile from the ocean. So
You
it
know,
made
I've kind of
perfect
wondered about
sense.
them too, and I never asked. It's just like, oh, we're in Ventura. Of course there are surfboards.
Well, now you know.
That is the answer, I guess.
And the surf shop that builds them is our next door neighbor. We have two great neighbors here. We have the brewery, which is really handy after hours because
And what you might have heard about on yesterday's stream with Mike and Tanya, where the sales team went to meet any potential people interested in joining our crack sales team.
so having a brewery and having a surf shop that builds their own surfboards right next door is really handy, I think.
Pretty handy.
Yeah.
Say everything here is pretty convenient, especially for building everything on site.
So another thing that you may not know, Sarah, is that when upstairs got to be too crowded, we had a chance to lease the downstairs, but it was completely separated. So we cut a door here in the wall so that we could connect them.
Well, let's go through that door.
Let's do it, and let's go left first.
Here we go. Ooh, I wonder what we'll find here. I bet it's the NextFactory, which,
Hey, Kevin.
again, we might see a little bit more of soon. There's Kevin.
So this is our NextFactory. This is where we do all of our benchmarks and sample parts and all of our customer verification, print feasibility, and we just have an amazing crew here of application engineers, application technicians.
And our other office dog.
Our office dog, Spot.
We might see more of
Hi,
Spot
Andrew.
a little later.
Yeah.
And we might see a little bit more of Andrew a little later.
And maybe if we can start right here, Sarah, perhaps. This is where we do all of our zip sample parts and periodically benchmarks, but there is kind of a 24-hour activity of preparing zip sample parts. And the same is true for the rest. We have a significant capacity deployment here of the NXC and NXD systems as well, so that we could constantly crank benchmarks and sample parts to be able to qualify with customers and with partners that we can meet and exceed the mark, and that we can execute for them in a way that they need, not just with speed, but with repeatability, with feature detail, with beautiful finish, and so forth. So we have a significant capacity committed to enabling expansion and accelerating the path for you, our partners and customers, to really purchase an Nexa3D printer with confidence. And you can see that we have incoming projects. We do the triage for whether or not it's going to print, what it will take for it to print. We have all of our materials here. And this is also where we do some of our ongoing continuous improvement for post-processing, and also for automated machine attendance as well, with robotics and other devices. So it's pretty exciting. I don't know, is Spot awake or not yet?
Spot is awake.
Spot is awake.
Can we say good boy, good boy?
Yeah.
Okay, so Andrew is the Spot trainer. Every time when Spot performs a nice trick, Andrew gives Spot a treat. So
Which is a recharge
Which is the recharge.
on Spot's very cozy bed.
yeah. So,
And again, join us in about an hour and a half. And I'm going to spend a little more time with Andrew
Yeah.
and Connor and see if we can put
see the whole thing. Now we just want to say
on
good boy.
Hi, Spot. Who's a good puppy robot?
He seems a
Robot
little
puppy.
tired. Maybe he's getting prepped up for a little bit later.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Then,
We'll let him keep napping.
then I'll just say good boy, good boy, good boy.
Also,
You'll see Andrew in action with Spot and all the neat dog tricks that Spot can perform. The only thing I didn't see him do yet is wag his tail, but
well, let's see.
We'll 3D print one, put one on.
We
No.
should. We've had a question too about sample options for the NXE and for the zip, which are again.
oh,
made right
so
here.
so we have. Maybe we should go back here real quick. So we have lots of pre-made sample options right here, and you can select. This for instance could be a very nice intake manifold sample option, and here we have a very nice enclosure that's also a sample option that you can have. And we have for every material, we have kind of the standard sample options. So there is a whole inventory of, whatever your application is. If you're into mechatronics and you need brackets, or if you need tooling and jigs, if you need manifolds and fittings, if you need obviously dental sample parts, we have a whole library of ready to go off the shelf samples. And then of course, if you have special needs, we'll work with you on your CAD file
Spot's on the move.
and make you what you want to see.
Morning, Spot.
Spot. All I can tell you about Spot is that he's brilliant, but my dog at home learns tricks a lot faster.
Spot might be a little more consistent though once he learns the trick. Oh gosh.
For sure.
Who's a good
Are you
boy?
trying to scare me, boy? Is that it?
Who's a good robot dog?
Good boy.
Thing.
Thank you, Andrew.
Humans will pack bond to.
So here is where we do a lot of work around handling, ease of handling of materials, fitting of material in a way that doesn't require high human touch, and further refinements in workflow in terms of safe handling and use. And so we have a space here where we do a lot of work around how do we containerize and how do we deliver materials.
And how we do that. And we can see some nice zip sample parts over here too. So you've got a nice 2-part syringe assembly if you're looking for a sample off of the zip.
And we ship them in those nice little packets or packages for you. So
That's for Jerry. And Jerry, I know you joined us too. So hey, Jerry Lepore from Nexa3D.
yeah.
Here's where those samples happen. Here's where they get finished. It's exciting. It's fun to see. And they're going out to people now.
Yeah, there's
So
a whole
some samples.
crate here
Find those on
filled
the
with
website.
samples ready to go.
Oh, that's a pretty outgoing crate. Team's been busy getting these all ready for people to have.
And we have other samples too.
I love those. They're fun to squish. The flexible materials are pretty fun. Okay.
How are we doing on time, Sarah?
It's 5 to 10, Avi.
Wow. So
It takes a little while to see the facility.
So
since it's grown so much.
let's be quick. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey, Damien, how are you?
Good, you are?
Good to see you.
Good morning. Morning. Getting in the way of people's coffee and water runs. Uh-oh. Where are we now, Avi?
So this area is our kind of latest expansion, and here we have a combination of our application engineers and our CTO team on the right here. The group on the left works on all of our NextFactory prints, all the print feasibility, all of our customer and reseller partner enablement in terms of supporting and specifically customer success. And on the right, we have our advanced R&D team that's constantly looking at what's the next light engine and how can you open the aperture on 3D printing of more exotic materials, and how do we make a forever last membrane instead of just an everlast membrane, and so on.
Yeah. And there's also a great question that dog hair and resin don't necessarily go together. So rest assured, the only dog on the production side is Spot. Bailey's on the office side where all the work's done on computers, and if dog hair gets in your keyboard, you can just kind of blow it away.
But can I challenge that a little bit about dog hair and resin? I mean, remember that there is such a thing as field resins, and then the question is it short fibers, longer fibers, or really short fibers? And so you never know, there might be some secret convergence here. Only kidding.
You've heard of carbon fiber reinforced materials?
Could be dog fiber, yeah, dog fiber.
Could be the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
R&D never stops here.
So I think in the last few minutes, let's see if we can quickly go to our powder bed, to our QLS lab. Oh, it's raining. Oh my God. Okay, well,
all right.
What the heck? We'll get wet, yeah?
I don't know, did this in California.
It's like tropical weather today.
It's still sunny.
Listen, rain in California is something that we should dance and cherish. It doesn't happen often.
I'm from Cleveland.
We never see, or hardly ever,
This is my native tongue.
hardly ever see rain here, but we'll skip this, we'll skip that, and let's go right into this here.
Here we go. Last stop on today's tour.
And this here is this here is our QLS. Oh, hi.
Watching us.
Hi.
Hey, team. Fancy.
So you guys knew we were coming. You're just, yeah. Did you order the rain?
I'm very surprised.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked, but it's great.
Came through.
So this is our QLS lab. This is where the magic happens. This is where we're prepping for our next big launch later in the year.
And big is the word. Avi, stand next to it.
That's unfair because I'm so short. Everything towers over me. But you can see if this was an NXC400, this would be it roughly. I'm the NXC400, and then it's another one and another one and another one. So it's big.
You've seen banana for scale. Have you seen Avi for scale? That's how we're scaling here.
A little bit bigger than a quarter, but not quite a dollar bill. Yeah.
We're very technical. Avi for scale.
Yeah.
So again, QLS, you'll hear a lot more coming up. We're not going to go too in depth because we don't want to show the guts right now.
Not yet.
But you can.
But they're all there.
Soon.
But don't show them. All right, a sneak peek maybe. Yeah.
Secrets. Secrets are fun sometimes. But we still got to take you inside our headquarters, our facilities, our offices, and see all there is to see. But as Avi pointed out, it's changing every time. Every time I come here, there's more people, more space, more printers, more to do. Oh gosh, more to do. We're busy. I like it.
And thankfully, an everlasting supply of humor, because we never take ourselves too seriously. I think this is one of the core Nexers. We work hard, we play hard, because we don't take ourselves too seriously. We take what we do seriously, very seriously, but not
But
ourselves.
It's a team that makes you want to do the work because everyone here is so fun to work with.
But it's really about being able to also see the humor and the human connections that come out of all of it. And it's just incredibly amazing that you know, as we stand here today, we can say Nexa has a campus. And as we look ahead, and maybe this is a good place to end the tour, because I think we are in overtime territory.
This tour used to be shorter.
I'll show you.
We are now back where we started.
Yeah, let's just.
Here's our original window.
Let's just do one thing before we go in, and that is if we turn that way and we look at where that white bus is parked on the right,
all the way
right
there.
behind that there is a beautiful building, and perhaps next time when we come live to you, we'll kick off from there, because that's our latest expansion.
You mean Nexa time?
Nexa time.
It's not a live stream with us if I don't have at least one pun. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Absolutely. So we can go in and wrap up. What do you think?
Okay, sounds good. So that's our headquarters, and next time, again, there will be a lot more to see, but there's already so much more. So we've been around this business park that we're kind of taking over a little bit. Getting back in here. Let's go. Oh, we can't bug Ben this time, but we can bug Lewis again.
So we can say live from Ventura, California. It's not Saturday Night Live.
It's Wednesday morning.
It's Wednesday morning. Thank you so much, Sarah, for guiding me through this amazing experience, and thank you everybody who joined us live to experience and feel what it is to be a Nexer, and thank your partners, customers, supporters, investors to believing in us and allowing us to do what we're passionate about, which is digitizing supply chain sustainably.
Pay attention to that last word. You'll hear a lot more about that too. We're busy. We've got a lot to do on that front and so many others. So thank you again for joining us. And in about an hour and a half, sign back on if you have the time, and let's hang out with Spot and Andrew and Connor. And we're going to see just what that robot dog can do. And for all of your questions we didn't get to, we will address them. We have your information. Leave anything else that you want to know more about in the comments. We'll get back to you. And thank you again for joining us. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. And I would love to hear your suggestions for a dog trait for Spot.
All right. Thank you all.
Cheers.
Lewis